Joining me in the studio today, I'm proud to say, is one of our neighbors from the building, Poorvi Patodia from Biena Foods. Welcome.
Hi there.
Nice to have you in the studio. Thank you for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
Quite literally coming up the stairs?
Yeah, short walk.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure, and I see you've brought with you a number of samples of the snack that you produce.
That's right.
And why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about the story of Biena Foods and your snacks?
Sure. So I'm the founder of Biena. We have a line of roasted chickpea snacks. Basically, we're a healthy snack food brand. We've been in the market about 2.5 years. And this was a snack that basically I kind of had this epiphany moment 3 or 4 years ago where, I'm vegetarian and I was constantly on the hunt for foods that are high in protein, high in fiber, just things that are going to really fill me up. And I grew up eating a fried version of this snack, as I was saying before, and basically a fried chickpea. And I kind of had this aha moment, I just kind of wondered, I wonder if we could take this snack and basically not fry it, create a healthier version of it that was baked. And so that's kind of where it started, and I do have a background in food and consumer products, and I think my passion really, both personally and professionally, is that intersection of food and nutrition. And when I started looking into this concept and the idea of a roasted chickpea snack, one of the first things I saw was that this was a snack that was eaten all over the world, in places and very, different countries as well, not just in one area. So
different variations, but the basic ingredient is the chickpea.
Right. It's a roasted chickpea. And so in Italy, they're called ceci nuts. And in Greece, they have another name, but they're eaten in all these different places, not just the Mediterranean, but also in parts of Asia. They're eaten in Morocco. They're eaten in Turkey. They're eaten in Trinidad.
Are they grown all over the world?
Those are some of the places where that's true. It's a good point. I mean, those are some of the places where chickpeas, grow, kind of the growing regions. Mm-hmm. And so, I think it's a natural process, by which it's not a surprise that people eat roasted chickpeas there. So, and I think in the U.S., with the hummus category growing so quickly and being kind of a mass product that many consumers all over the country are consuming now, it's really driven a lot of awareness of what chickpeas are, because hummus is made from chickpeas.
Because you have had some wonderful success from a distribution perspective. So tell us about that and that process.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Sure. We got our start in with Whole Foods. And that was, that in itself was such a great feeling for an entrepreneur. Because I personally am a Whole Food shopper. And, when you're starting up a consumer products company or a food company, it's like you have this dream of one day seeing your product on the shelf, and so when we got into our very first store, we got into an independent store here in the Boston area and the Whole Foods in Hingham. And that was like, whoa, this is really cool. And that was March of 2012.
You mentioned that you work with manufacturing partners locally. Are they in the New England area?
Yep.
And is your product the raw goods sourced domestically, or is that?
Yeah. So that was something that was really important to me when we did our sourcing, and we reevaluate our sourcing every now and then as well. But the U.S. is not a large producer of chickpeas. We're not. It's not
up there on the list of commodities that are.
No. But that was something that was really important to me in terms of where we get our chickpeas from, and to make it even more difficult, we use a very high quality, in a certain grade A, very large chickpeas, which are even much more difficult to find and source consistently. So there's really only a few suppliers in the country that can guarantee us the supply that we need on a consistent basis, regardless of the time of the year. And so we work with one of those suppliers.